Game 2 of the current series. If you've not yet seen Game 1, you might want to go watch that first. There'll be a link in the description as well as in a button on the video. Game 2 now in the round of 4 between Lucky and Polt. This game will be on Core Hall Compound. TSL.Polt will be our blue Terran up in the northeast, while FXO.Lucky will be the red Zerg down in the southwest. Polt is up 1-0 in this series so far, having taken the last game.
Yeah, continuing to do what he has been basically all tournament, just having a very strong Marine tank medvac play, and then a little bit of fudge room on what tech he goes beyond that, depending on what his enemy does.
Yeah, a lot of very solid, just straight up play from Polt. See what he does in this game. There's a lot of opportunities on this map for a Terran to get a very nice engage around some of these ramps.
Yep, Lucky using the extractor trick to get an extra drone out.
Yeah, Lucky's scouting fairly quickly. Sending his Overlord straight north. Perhaps looking for proxies.
It's waypointed all of the way up to the natural, though. It's just around the edge of the map. Probably just wanting to make sure it doesn't get shot down by Marines. Barracks is about halfway done getting his first gas.
Yeah, drone comes in here. Wall was not up yet. Yeah, we'll be allowed to see everything so far. Sees the refinery just about to finish.
Lucky going 14 hatch.
SCV moves on to go doing its own scouting, and the drone turns around. Briefly pokes at the Splitey Poe a couple times before leaving. And now Polt has closed off his wall with his second Splitey Poe.
Yep. Lucky dropping spawning pools, gas finishing up.
Now Polt's SCV has arrived in Lucky's base. Sees everything and is absolutely standard. And he goes ahead and leaves. Not a whole lot to see.
Yeah, Polt's first Marines are on their way out on attack move command.
Now he's establishing the bunker right near the bottom of the ramp.
So if the Overlord hadn't gone on the edge.
Lucky has 3 drones pulled once again, trying to kill the SCV. No, one of the Marines is here sooner this time though, and is able to protect that SCV. And it looks like the SCV will be allowed to finish the bunker. Now the bunker will not be in range of the hatchery though.
Yep, twice as many lings getting made, and speed getting started.
Yeah, taunting out 10 Marines, or 10 Zerglings this time. Second Marine is here. Come the Lings down the ramp. One Marine gets into the bunker. Ooh, the second Marine second Marine barely gets into the bunker. So there's 3 Marines in that bunker. Or no, 2 Marines and 1 SCV. SCV tries to repair a little bit, but gets killed. Bunker's just about to die. And the SCVs clear up both the Zerglings clear up both of the Marines, down to 5 Zerglings. Now there's a spine crawler being built outside that natural. And the 5 surviving Zerglings, a couple of them are going out to scout, a couple of them are staying behind.
Yep, spine crawler getting started up in anticipation of the Hellions, which are about to be on their way.
Yep, first 2 just finishing, second 2 coming out right away, queued up behind them. The barracks now has a tech lab, not researching anything quite yet, building Marauder. And now it has started STEM.
Yep, Polt's natural command center is about to finish.
The spine crawler is finished in time for these Hellions. It is repositioning itself slightly. The Hellions are not going in right away, they're hanging out by the Zilnaga tower.
Yeah, just wait until the next 2 show up.
And now they have showed up. All 4 Hellions now going in towards Lucky's base. Hanging out, stopping at the edge of the creek. Second spine crawler going up right next to the hatchery. Lions think about poking in there, turn around.
Lucky also building another queen at his natural.
Getting a macro hatch right next to the hatch's main.
Yep, first tank is in production. Siege mode on the way, stim's about halfway done.
And Polt lifting his command center, or now landing his command center at his natural. Starting a supply depot wall for his natural at the bottom of his ramp.
Double Evo chamber is going to drop to the natural.
Yeah, behind the mineral line.
And then Lyritech is about 2/3 of the way done. No, it's not. Sorry, the macro hatch is about 2/3 of the way done. It's just droning otherwise.
+1 carapace and melee weapons on the way. Lone SCV still working hard at establishing this long supply depot wall. Working on the third one now. Hellions have not moved. Still just sitting there at the edge of the creep.
Second queen from the natural is moving up to the macro hatch. Bailey Nest is about half done.
The lair is
Bailey
just
Nest
about to
finished
finish.
it.
The Bailey Nest is finished and the lair is just about to finish. And he was a couple seconds down.
Looks like some Zerglings caught the Hellions off guard. One left.
Yeah, Polt just finished an engineering bay. Getting +1 infantry weapons right away.
SCV is building the last of the supply depots for this wall.
There's a group of Lings making their way across the map, just a couple splitting off from the group to actually go into towards Polt's base. They find out there's a siege tank there.
Yeah. Hopefully this SCV will live long enough to retire and sit back and watch Banelings destroy his life's work.
Polt moving out with a small group of Marines, one Marauder and one Medevac. Just heading towards his tower. There's one Zergling there. Doesn't last long. Leaves one Marine behind at that tower.
Lucky's third is on his way. At the 6 o'clock.
Now Lucky has a very large number of Zerglings. He's sitting on 89 Zerglings, and that is his entire army. Most of them are in a group near the edge of his creep.
What day were these games played on?
That's right next to doing math. When you're on the spot, don't recite what day something happened on the spot.
I'm just wondering if it was a Monday thing. The Pureling Force. Okay, he's adding some infestors now.
Forces to cancel that third. And the Marines and Marauder who did that move back to the main force, which is sieged up and spread out well, up on top of this ramp near the third. Zerglings going up, approaching from the other angle. Also 4 infestors now joining.
Yep, and 4 more in production.
Here come the Zerglings streaming in from a couple angles. Getting decent surrounds in the first few clusters of Marines. Getting the first couple tanks as well. Now moving into the main force. Big Fungal catches a tank and a few Marines. Polt narrowly holds. Loads up the remainder of his bio into the 2 medevacs and runs away with it. While Lucky turns back with his surviving Lings and the 3 infestors.
Dropping a third at the 9 o'clock now rather than the 6 o'clock.
Group grouping up with a total of 7 infestors now. Still only a fairly small group of lings, but another large group of decent sized number of lings have just spawned and joined the group.
I have tech as well as some spore crawlers on the way on the main.
Neither side is positioned to do anything aggressive for a moment here. Both are instead licking their wounds and looking into teching, expanding, or simply remassing.
Concussive Shell and Burrow about to finish.
Lucky re-establishing that third, or what would now be a fourth, I suppose. His other third is finished. He's now getting gases at that location. Polt once again starting to push southward with his army. Bunch of Ling Infestor ready to receive it. Catches a couple tanks unsieged. Thankfully a few of them were protected by being up on high ground, but one of them went down. Catches an Infestor though. So now Lucky is pushing up towards Polt's base, while Polt's main army is still pushing south towards that third. Lucky's Zerglings come in, force the lift on Polt's third.
Yep.
Also kill a Marine and SCV.
Meanwhile, Polt's moving into the south of the side of the map, pushing with splitting his Marines into 2 groups.
Yep, Lucky cancels the hatch before he even starts commander fire.
One Burrowed Ling preventing Polt's third from landing. A couple of SCVs long distance mining. Apparently they missed the memo on this base not being a base yet. Scan goes down, Zergling gets killed. And that base does land.
Lucky now coming up north with a large group of Lings again. Lings coming into this small group of Marines and Marauders. Cleaning it up pretty quickly. Not wanting to engage into the wall with the tanks behind it though. Now heading off towards that third. Gonna catch a bunch of SCVs and mules. But a few bio units coming to try and engage them. They clear off all the SCVs and mules. And are now leaving, taking fairly minimal casualties.
Yep, that morphing into a planetary fortress. Just about to finish.
Burrowed Infestors with a lot of energy on the move over here, also being joined by some Lings. They might catch this army by Polt in transit. Polt's army's moving right by them. They unburrow, get a couple big fungal growths on a lot of the Marines. Lings coming in for big surrounds. Another fungal. The Lings clean it all up.
Scan does go down while the Infestors are burrowed, but the tanks went down before they got a chance to do damage.
Yeah, now killing the Medivacs with some fungals and infested Terrans. That puts Lucky up at 173 supply to Polt now down at 128.
Polt pushing out with his new army.
Now Ultralisks are on the way for Lucky. He's also getting the chitinous plating for them, and also just now working on baneling speed.
Yep, 5 Ultras on the map, 5 in production.
Meanwhile, Polt is just about to get +2 armor for his infantry and has +3 weapons on the way. So
Polt pushing into Lucky's third. Getting a couple of free Infestors.
So the Zerg does hit 3-3 much earlier, having just hit 3-3. Versus still 2-2 infantry for the Terran. Zerglings and Ultralisks charging in here, a little bit of fungal and infested Terrans helping them as well. Ultralisks clearing through these tanks.
And making very quick work of Polt's standing army.
Yep,
and Polt GG's out.
Yep, Polt GG's with that army thoroughly crushed down at 100 supply to 160. And that ties up the series 1-1 as they move forward in a best of 5 this time.